Hi guys, welcome to the new video of this Linux tutorial series of user management. We are discussing because that is a very important or critical topic according to Reddit and the real life also. So in this video, like in the last video we discussed it is a passwd. Similarly, we're going to discuss the very useful file that is a etc shadow file. So when we are adding a user or deleting a user, this file will also change in the background. One of the etc passwd, second is the etc shadow. So this file basically contains basically the password information of user. Now what does it mean by password information is like what is the password of user and when the password was last changed, or multiple things are there with respect to password. So let's discuss them in detail by detail. So there are basically 9 fields in this file, and all the fields are separated by colon. And the first field, if you see, the file is the login name, you can say, or in short you can say username. So let's see the file. Let's do the cat on the file. So I'm doing cat etc shadow. One second, let me exit. You don't need to do like this anything. Okay, so if I do the tell and just show the last two outputs, that will be easy to understand what this file contains. So here you see the first field defines the username, and if you remember from the last few videos, we created these two users. The second field contains the password of user. Now this password will be hash in the hash format, and there are multiple algo in the market, MD5, SSA, SHA, many more are there. You can read more on this algo on the internet. You will find resources, but the main thing is this is the field that contains the hashed password, or you can say the encrypted password. One more thing, if this field contains the asterisk or exclamation mark, that means that user will not able to log in. So if you see this file, let me show it to you, and let me do last 10 something like this. See, if you see in the second block, okay, this we are getting a password in a hashed format and if you see somewhere, it's exclamatory. See, it's exclamatory mark. So that was the meaning of asterisk and exclamatory mark. The third field sorry, the third field contains the last password change date. Okay, now you need to understand one more thing. When the computers are not so famous in the IT industry, or when they are during the research, you can say. So during the days of 1970s, basically many researchers or scientists started developing the Unix or Linux, you can say. Okay, so there is one date that is very famous in the world of computer world, that is 1st of January 1970. Okay, so this date you can say it like Unix started development, or the Unix life started. Okay, and this is a very important date, or you can think of like standard date. So why I'm saying this standard date, because we need to keep something standard to do some research. Okay, now let's say standard, you can think of like if you know the virtualization technology, so standard tool you can use is Oracle, VirtualBox. There are other tools also, but it's like standard. What does it mean by standard? If many people started using a one tool, then that becomes standard. Similarly for container, we have multiple tools like Podman, we have Cryo, we have many, but famous or standard is Docker. That's like this date is standard. So whatever the calculation happens in the world of computer, that will start from this date. Okay, so let's come to the third field again. So third field is, you can say it, the last password change. So this is a date when the password was last changed basically, and the day how how the days are counted. So this date 1st of Jan 1970 is known as epoch time, or you can say epoch date. Okay, so when the last password was changed is calculated from this date. Okay, why I'm saying is, if you go to the file etc shadow, and let me do it in this way. So if you see the third field here, that is this. So this is not a date. Okay, 19063. So this is not a date. Anyone don't tell like it was a date. Anyone will see and say this is a number. No, but we can calculate date from this number. Now what is this number basically? So this number is basically how many days. Okay, so how many days with respect to this epoch date or time. So from 1st of January 1970, if you add this many days, okay, it will give you a some date for sure. Okay, let's say 1st of January 2022. If you add 15 in this is a number. Similarly, this is a number. So it will give you a some date. Which date? Like 15 of Jan 2022. Similarly, this number 19063 is a number of days. If you calculate from this epoch date or time, it will give you some date. So that date is the date when the last password was changed. Got it? And how we can convert this days to the current date and time, that I will gonna show you next 2 minutes, but let's understand the field first. So fourth field is, okay, the fourth field is minimum password age. Now what is this is, so it is those are the number of days. Okay, so, or I can explain in this form. I can say it like this: minimum password age. You can think of like today is the date called 12th March 2022. Okay, so this is the current date we are understanding. But if you see the file, this is again a number, something like 0. Now what that number means is, I will tell you in a very few minutes. So let's be with me to understand the fields. So let's say your current date is 12th March 2022. Okay, and let's say after some days, maybe after 5 or 6 days, you will be like 18th of March 2022. Okay, so these are the days. How many days in between? 6 days. So let's say there is a user XYZ. He or she changed her password or his password to I can say 9th of March 2022. But what written in this field is minimum password age. Let's say some number is written. Okay, that number will respect to the epoch date only. Okay, so let's say if we calculate not with the epoch date only, if we calculate in the human readable format, then let's say 3 days. That means you change your password on 9th of March 2022. So what written in this field is 3 days. That means 12th of March 2022. And if user tries to change the password somewhere around in the 11th of March 2022, he or she cannot able to change, because that is the meaning of this field, minimum password age. How many days minimum you have to wait to change your password again? That is the meaning of this field. And it's written 0 there. Normally it's 0 only. So what is the meaning of 0 is no minimum password age. Got it? No minimum password age. That means if you change your password on 9th of March, you can again change it to 11th of March. On 11th of March, if you change in the morning, again you will change in the evening also, or just after 1 minute also you can change, because there is no minimum days that you have to wait to change your password. The fifth field is the opposite of this. So there is a maximum password age. Okay, so this is the maximum number or the maximum days that you have to change your password. Let's say you change your password on 9th of March and 2022. So maximum how many days? Okay, maximum how many days you have to wait to change your password. So first one is minimum, how many minimum days you have to wait, and how much maximum you can wait to change your password. Okay, so that means is, let's say the days are 12, that means 21st of March. Okay, 21st of March 2022. So these are the 12 is the number of days after the user password must be changed explicitly. Now let's say in between user changed password after the 9th, he changed to on 11th of March. Again the minimum password age is 0, so on 11th of March only he changed in the evening, then again he changed on 13th of March. But let's say the maximum password age is 12, that means 13th of March plus 12, 25th of March 2022. If the user don't change the password by 25th March 2022, after this on 26th the user have to explicitly change the password. Okay, there is a meaning of this field. The sixth field is the warning. Okay, warning period you can think of. So let's say you change your password on 11th of March, okay, and the maximum password age is we discussed is 13 days. That means the date is 24th of March 2022. So your password will be expiring on 24th of March 2022 and you have to change it before this 24th March 2022 according to maximum password age. So warning period is the number of days, okay, before, like 7, let's example 7 days. So 24th is the last date to change your password, and if you check 17th March, if you minus 7, so from 17th of March you will be started giving a warning by the system that your password gonna expire on 24th of March 2022. Before that you need to change, so that is a warning period. Okay, and if you check the date again, let me show it to you. See, if you see here, 1 second. So this is empty, or you can say it like this when the last password change. After that we have minimum password age, that is 0, that means password no minimum age of password to change, anytime we can change within a second also. After this we have maximum password age when the password gonna expire. So one more thing, if I tell you 5 times 9s, if normally in this field, in the fifth field there is a maximum password age. Let me increase this. Okay, 1 second. So fifth field there is a maximum password age. If the number is 99999 in the maximum password age, again like 0 we have in the minimum password age, that means no minimum days to change your password. Like if you change today, you can change in the evening also, after 1 minute also, you don't have to wait for some days. Similarly, this number means your password not gonna expire anyway. Okay, this is a one thing. After that we have warning, then we discuss that there is again the days with respect to the epoch time, that is 7. See, it's written 7 here. So 7 means not with the epoch time, it's normally days. Warning period is only days, 7 days. Before 7 days of your password expire, you will getting a notification from your system that your password will gonna expire. Quickly we are gonna see the demo of this, but last field I want to tell you is the 7th field, that is inactive. So these are the number of days. So after the user password like expired, and this field basically tell like after the password expire, so how many days after you want that user account is disabled. Okay, let's say 25th March your password expire and this number will be inactive, number will be 7. So that means around 1st of April your account will be disabled permanently. You're not able to log in this correctly. You can do it by contacting the root administrator, but yeah, your password, your account is disabled. So that is mean of inactive. And the last field, 8th field, is expiration date. So that is a date basically when your account will be expired. or you will not use your account anymore. So 8th field is expiration date, and this will be with respect to the epoch time only. If you see, it is blank, that means no expiration date. Before this we have field 7, that is inactive, that is again this blank, that means it's not applicable. That means your account will never expire or never inactivate or never disable. Now this is very you can say difficult to read this file. So we have one tool in the Linux, that is Chage. So with the Chage, basically, one second, we can do the password aging. So there are many options. First is -L. We can use any username, and to change just directly Chage and the username. We're gonna see the demo of this very quickly. I don't want to keep this video long. So let's say I'm giving ID cal user, let's say, or let's say Shri2. This is a user. See. Oh my god, I'm not gonna change it. I want to list the attributes. See, the last password change on March 12, 2022. Password in expired, never expire. Password inactive, that means you want disable your account, never. Your account will expire, never. And the minimum number of days between password change is 0. Okay, that means I can change password of this user now. See, I'm changing. It got changed. Similarly, just after a second again, I am changing it again. Okay. See, I can change anytime within a second. That means 0 means this. When your password will expire, the date is basically how many days after your password will expire, and how many days before you started receiving the warnings. So let's change this attribute and see this in warning. Okay. Minimum password age, let's say I want my password if changed today, I can't change by today. I will take at least a gap of 1 day. That is a minimum password age. Minimum password age, how many days after my password expired, and I have to force explicitly to change my password. I am giving 10 days. Last password change today. Okay. Password expiration warning started giving me, you can say, 10 days ago. To show demo, I am giving this 10. And password inactive means when you want to disable your account. So by default it's -1, but I can say after 1 day of password expiration, expire my account or disable the account. Now again it's -1 by default, but if I give some date here, let's say 03, and I want on 30th my account will be disabled permanently. Now you will see a difference if I do it again. Array man, no, I don't want this. I want -L in this. See, the last password change today. I given 10 in the maximum password age. That means after 10 days my password will expire. Password inactive means on 23rd my account will be disabled, and permanently from here we can log or unlock the account with the help of root administrator. Password inactive means temporary disable of account, but account expired means permanent disable of account. You can't log into your system also. That is again also we can change with root, but yeah, there is a meaning. Minimum number of days between password I can change 1, and maximum after 10. That means this will be my second one will be my password expiration. So after 10 days my password got expired and I have to explicitly change it. And how many days before I started receiving warning? 10 days. So if I go on another terminal to show the warning thing, let me check. It's not giving us because something is wrong. 10 days means 12 and day today is 12 only. Maybe some time issue, but yeah. But if I change the password now, see, I am changing, able to change. It's changed successfully. Again I will try to change. It will again change because I am on root user. See, but if I go on this and let me change password here. See, current Unix password is asking me, so I am giving. See, it given me authentication token manipulation occur. This is not like I am giving a wrong Unix password. It's not like that. It's because of you must wait longer to change your password. See what it written, you must wait longer to change your password. You can't change it now. That is the meaning of minimum password expiration, and maximum, that means 10, after 10 days you have to explicitly change it. But let me quickly show one more thing to you. Minimum password age is 1, maximum password age is, again I'm giving 1, last password is same, password expiration warning I'm giving 1, inactive again I'm giving, okay, 1, account expiration 30 I'm taking. Now if I show, see my password gonna expire on March 13. Why? Because I given here the one, not this, this one. And when my account gonna disable permanently this, and this is the final disable of account. And if I do it, one second, one more time, minimum password is 1. If I give 0, now if I do it, see my password will gonna expire on March 12 only. And how many days are before remaining? 0 days. And this is the final expiration date. If I go now and log into Shri 2, see it's not like that I'm giving a wrong password. See, I given a wrong password, but I logged in now. Okay, and by the today's end of date, it will be expired for me. So that is how you can change the password aging, and you can manipulate the etc shadow file. And it's very critical file. If it's come into the wrong hands, they can change your last password change also. And how hacker can use this password thing or password aging is, let's say I given this minimum password age, I am giving maybe around 1000. You can't change for 1000 days. Minimum password age I am giving -1. Last password change is for, I am giving, let's say its last change on yesterday's date. Expiration warning 0. Password inactive -1 I can do, or like 1 I can do. That means today. And account expiration date is, like say again I am giving 2022-03-11. That means the date of yesterday. Now if I go and try to log in with this user, see your account has expired. Please contact your system administrator. User account has expired. I can't log in. So that is how the very critical use of this command, and you can use this to change etc shadow file. If you like the video, please subscribe the channel. And if any doubts, you can reach out to me on the LinkedIn, or you can